this video, we're going to talk about conjoint analysis and how to use the conjoint question type. My name is Fernanda. I am in the customer success team, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. The agenda for this video is talking about what is conjoint analysis, the types of conjoint analysis, the uses of it, the advantages of it, and then we'll get to the platform and show you how to add conjoint question types in your surveys, an example of the conjoint analysis, and data analysis of the conjoint question type. So first, what is conjoint analysis? Conjoint analysis is a choice modeling research method to understand how people make purchasing decisions. In the real world, we often encounter situations when we have to make tough choices between various alternatives. So the conjoint analysis question helps us understand what is essential for your target audience, and it involves how they make trade-offs and what essential features they are not willing to let go. The conjoint question is an advanced question type that market researchers use to present many combinations of products attributes like features, cost, brand, etc. Based on the respondent's answer, market researchers can find out the most liked features by customers and get an idea of pricing. Many times a purchase involves evaluating several parameters that make it complicated. In such a situation, running a conjoint analysis survey can help understand customer psychology. So what are the types of design of the conjoint analysis? QuestionPro offers developed design types for conjoint analysis using the discrete choice model. There is the random type. This design is a random sample of the possible attribute levels. The survey software will create a unique combination of attributes for the number of tasks per respondent. To know what choices will be presented when your survey is deployed, you can run a conjoint concept simulator. There is the optimal type. While designing experiments for estimating statistical models, optimal designs estimate parameters without bias and with minimum variance. The optimal design runs a set of tests to optimize or investigate the subject under study, and then the algorithm creates an optimal design for the tasks per respondent and sample size. And there is also the import design type. This design type allows designs in the SPSS format to be imported and used by the discrete choice module. For instance, you can import fractional, factorial, orthogonal designs and use them in QuestionPro surveys. So what are the uses of conjoint analysis in surveys? Well, the central idea is that consumers evaluate different characteristics of a product and decide which are more relevant to them for any purchase decision. An online conjoint survey's primary aim is to set distinct values to the alternatives that the buyers may consider when making a purchase decision. And equipped with this knowledge, marketers can target the features of products or services that are highly important and design messages more likely to strike a chord with target buyers. The discrete choice conjoint analysis presents a set of possible decisions to consumers via survey and asks them to decide which one they would pick. Each concept is composed of a set of attributes, e.g. color, size, price, etc., detailed by a set of levels. We'll see that in the platform in just a second. Market simulation, which is one of the types I have set here in the slideshow. Market simulation can predict the reaction of your potential customers for various scenarios. You can test how the market will behave in response to the price change, new products, or different sales and distribution channels. And there is market segmentation, where you can filter the survey results based on parameters like location, demographics, question, device type, and more. Hence, you can segment the target market based on the different choices of the consumers. And then, what are the advantages of conjoint analysis in surveys? Well, there are multiple advantages to using conjoint analysis in your surveys. I have written a few of them over here. Besides that, we also know that conjoint analysis can help researchers estimate the trade-offs that consumers make on a psychological level when they evaluate numerous attributes simultaneously. Researchers can also measure consumer preferences at an individual level. It also gives researchers insights into real or hidden drivers that may not be too apparent. And conjoint analysis can study the consumers and attributes deeper than create a needs-based segmentation. The competitive analysis, conjoint analysis can understand how your target audience perceives various product attributes and brands. Easy experimentation, market researchers can show different combinations of attributes and determine which product or service is likely to be most successful in the market. This experimentation gives a lot of insights into customers' preferences at a low cost, and better branding and marketing strategy. Once you know what customers are looking for and are likely to buy, you can better formulate your marketing strategy. So, how to add conjoint analysis question in your surveys? So, let's get here to the platform. We'll show you a question I created here. I have some responses so we can see in the analytics the results of it. To add the question is really simple. You can click on this button, Add Question. Then we'll come to the advanced type of questions. And down here on the choice models, you can find the conjoint question type. Once you click on it, it will be very simple. You can edit here the header of this question, the features, the levels. You can add specifically each of the features, clicking down here on the button Add Feature. You can also add levels, clicking over here on Add Level to each of the features. And then you could also edit features and levels in bulk. So if you add more features over here, they will show up down here so you can add other levels and all that. It's a little easier if you add it over here, all of them at once. Then you have to save. You can also pick here if you want to use validation for this question. Validation will make this question mandatory. Nobody can just go on the survey without selecting an answer for this question. On the settings, you can also add question tips for this question. And on the design type, you will be able to choose those three options, those three types that we mentioned on our presentation. You can simulate a concept here, choosing maybe you want 50 respondents, and then you can click on Simulate Concept Choices, and then the system will generate the possible choices like this for each brand, each price, size, resolution. For each of the features and levels, these counts will represent the approximate number of times each level will be displayed. So it's not an exact number, but it's an approximate number. So you can see how it could look like in your survey. We just suggest that you don't include more than about 5 levels to describe each of the features, the attributes. We provide an offline report for conjoint analysis if the total level count exceeds 25. So the system will work with it, but it won't be shown here in the analytics. You would have to download an offline report. But you could also choose here, you could also set prohibited concepts, which are the ones you do not want to be shown at any time for anyone. So you could select maybe, I don't know, a Sony TV that costs $800 but has 50 inches and is maybe Full HD. If you don't want this combination to never be shown, you can add here on the prohibited concepts and then you can save it. You can add 10 or maybe add more concepts, and these concepts that you add here on the screen will never be shown to any participant. You could also add fixed tabs, which are the concepts that you always want to show in your survey. Maybe you do want Sony TV that costs $800, but maybe are 32 inches and the resolution is a little lower. Maybe you do want this concept to be shown all the time, so you can save this fixed tabs and it will be fixed on your question, so it will always be shown. And then on the feature type, you could also establish if this feature is actually a brand or cost/price, or if it's other, which is everything else. These two feature types are used to calculate price elasticity. We'll get to that later. So those are the things you can change in your question. You could also change down here the task count and the concept per task. The task count would be like the pages, how many pages will be showing those two concepts that we have established here. So your respondents would see two concepts per page. They would have to select one between the two of them, and then they would go through this step 4 times with 8 different concepts. For example, let me show you over here how it would look like. We can see here 2 different concepts, one with the Samsung TV and then the other with the LG TV, and 4 steps. So these steps here, these tasks, are those 4 tasks that I have established. So if I select here that I like more the Samsung TV, and then I go to the next one, you can see that the system changed here to the next task. So I can choose again, maybe this TV sounds better for me. And then I'm on a 3rd task now. This one sounds a lot better. And then maybe this one, because it's bigger for the same price. So now we can see in the analytics here how the results will look like on your reports and on your dashboard. We can see here the summary as usual, how many people saw the survey, how many respondents, how many completed the survey, how many of them quit. And down here you can see that the most important attribute for your respondents is resolution. The least one is size, and you can see on the left the best profile and on the right the worst profile. So this is the best attributes, the best concept that the system have found from those respondents, and this is the worst. And if you click here on the choice modeling, you can see on the option conjoint analysis, you can select which question. I have one in Portuguese, one in English, so I'm clicking here on the one in English to show you. Then you click on next step, and you can see the results to that question. So I have over here first the attribute importance, so I can see, again, resolution is the most important for my respondents. Those are test responses, so I'm not sure it makes all complete sense, but it's already something we can analyze. So 38% selected that resolution is the most important. And we can see that HD is their favorite resolution. They don't really like this resolution though. And we can see how they voted about the price. This is the best price. This one. This is actually the worst, the most disliked price. Same thing for the brand and size. You can see that this is the least important attribute. You can see the size that mattered the most and the size that were the least important. And then later you could also download the reports over here. You have 3 options: to export displayed concepts, to export the whole conjoint analysis report with all the data, and you could also export every possible profile. You could use filters. If you had a filter for gender, for age, for location, anything, you could use your filters over here and see this importance here based on these filters. On the profiles here, you can see all possible profiles for your respondents. You have a lot of profiles here, 256 profiles, all possibilities. Up here you can see, you could filter also based on brand, price, size, resolution, all your features. Those are my features. You could filter according to your features. You can see each of the profiles over here. On the left, the best profile, on the right, the worst profile, according to each of the attributes. You could scroll to the side here to see each one of the profiles. And you could also download the profiles over here. The same options will appear as in the attribute importance. On the market share simulation, this option gives you the ability to kind of predict the market share of new products and concepts that may not exist today. So this also would give you the ability to measure the gain or the loss in market share based on changes to existing products in the given market. You could filter here using Actually, you could create different profiles here using all your features. In my case, brand, price, size, and resolution. And then I could run a simulation to this market share simulation. And on the final option here, the brand premium, this option is supposed to calculate the price elasticity. The price elasticity relates to the aggregate demand for a product and the shape of the demand curve. It's a characteristic of a product in a market. So for you to have this this calculation here on the analysis option, you would have to establish here on the workspace on your question, you would have to establish here which of the feature is the brand and which of the features is the cost price. So the system could calculate that price elasticity and show it here on the brand premium. So let me get back here to the question, and we can see that the system generated a chart here where it shows, I could also filter here, brand, size, or resolution, but the system shows here the price elasticity. Each of the colors, each of the lines here are a different brand, and we have the prices down here, and you can see the percentage of them. So you could also analyze the price elasticity over here for each of these points inside those prices for those four brands that I have set here. So it's about it for the conjoint analysis question type. So it's about it for the conjoint analysis on QuestionPro. If you have any questions, feel free to reach us out. Thank you.